can't handle the immigration that we're recurring. In fact, he points out, and not in a kind of like a way of an ethical or moral obligation, but a demographic one, that this is exactly what we as a community need, is immigration.
This was 10 years ago.
But he came back to Bates a week ago,
No, I didn't.
yesterday,
But I
and
was 10 years
restated,
ago, when things have
and
changed.
restated the same, and even made a stronger case that says, if we don't get younger people, if we don't get larger families, then who's gonna take the jobs that will take care of us when we retire, or when we, you know, even the hospitality, the restaurant business, or whatever, those entry-level jobs as people move through their educational process. So in fact, other communities in this country are actively pursuing people, and mainly people of color from Africa, to come to their communities, because this will add, you know, not just diversity, but the age group and the demographic that's gonna make Maine thrive. And we, it seems, both at the state level, at the local level, and now landlords, you know, with this fear, this campaign of fear and scarcity, that like this is a bad thing, that these people are coming here. If they don't come here, well, who's gonna be here? We're losing population. In fact, Lewiston's one of the few places in Maine where we're not losing population. Now, great, certainly there's cost and investments, and we have to give a hand up. Educational opportunities, job opportunities. You know, these people want to work. I don't know if you've talked to them. You know, you kind of characterize that everybody is a freeloader and whatever. And you've been very anti, you know, low income, anti-immigrant, and especially single women, who it's difficult for them, you know, to live in this society, in this economic times. So to me, we should be encouraging immigration.
You're going to ask me a question.
But I want you to react to that. Why?
Sorry. Why?
Why would you, if Jim Tierney says this is the solution, you're saying you're right on the opposite end.
He's okay. 10 years ago, he was right. Today, I don't know. The kids we're educating today, okay, where do they go? Out of state. You know why? There's no money in Lewiston on it. Look at the buildings we have downtown. Huge. Bates Mill, Libby Mill, all these buildings empty. Why?
There's stuff being done in Bates.
Pardon me?
They're setting up more stuff to
Oh,
work in
yes,
Bates.
I understand that, but where are the jobs? You used to employ thousands of
Well, you mentioned the governor. I don't see job creation really ranked 47th in the country of job creation, you know, since the downturn.
The jobs
We've
are
got
there,
to
no
create
money.
educational opportunities, as I said, job training, and then the jobs that people can take. That's critical. It just doesn't seem to be happening.
Well, the government left everything to go overseas.
All right, thank you. We'll allow Stan to respond as he would like to your question
Thank
of
you.
Jim Mayorstein.
Okay, we educate the kids. They go to work out of state. Why? The money. They don't need low-income housing. They get a place, I know a young lady's paying $1,200 a month in New York City. A month for a two-bedroom apartment. Now, she has to have a trade, naturally. She has an education. I believe in education. But at the cost that we're spending now, and the kids are just gonna leave here and take our education money with them. You go to Connecticut, work for Pratt & Whitney, $25 an hour to start. Do we have any jobs like that in Lewiston? Not very many. Okay, and that's the problem.
One thing that Jim mentioned about immigration is those people tend to stay in the community.
I'm an immigrant.
You can see also some Bates students here who stayed in the community, like Craig. There are many, over 800. And I think they find community and they're willing to work here because they can make a difference. And I think that's the encouragement we need, not the discouragement of immigration, but the encouragement and to work with them, give them a hand up. But they're going to be the leaders of this community. Look at the honor rolls, look at the star athletes in soccer and basketball. They are our future. I don't see it in us gray hairs or bald-headed people.
Well, I just, when you listen to Charlie Colgan, who's an economist at University of Southern Maine, talk about the future of the Maine economy, and he reports on a fairly regular basis, and I always like to try and listen to him, because he really is good. But, I mean, there's another economist who doesn't agree with him. You cannot have economic development and a strong economy without population growth. It's just not possible.
I disagree.
And every time he speaks about the future of the Maine economy, he talks about his concern about whether or not there'll be enough people,
Sir, could you let him speak, please?
whether there's gonna be enough people in Maine, young people in Maine, coming into the system to be able to meet the demand for jobs. Because without that, the problem's not gonna be not enough jobs, the problem's gonna not be enough people. The only way us gray hair, balding, whatever, aging crowd in Maine, the aging white population of Maine, is not reproducing. Most of us are past those years.
I'm still trying.
What you want to say about that? She may not be on board with that. So the immigration is what is the only thing we have to drive some population growth, and the population growth is the only thing we have to drive that economic future that will bring the jobs to try and keep people here. That's just basic economics 101.
God will give the country away.
Well,